good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this fireside chat. We will be discussing cultivating community engagement and how we can connect with consumers through pop-ups and interactive workshops. My name is Jenny Wilson-Hooper, and I'm a senior lecturer at the Fashion Business School at London College of Fashion. And it's a pleasure to be joined by Abi OYEPITAN, co-founder of Liha Beauty. Thank you.
Thank you, Jenny.
So, Abi, why don't we start by taking us right back to the beginning, pre-Liha Beauty. First of all, you and Liha, you met at university,
Yes,
is that right?
so me and my business co-founder, Liha, the business is named after her, met at university over 20 years ago, or 24 years ago. Yeah, but before that, I was an athlete. So I went to 2 Olympic Games. I'm an Olympic finalist and Commonwealth and gold silver medalist. But
You say that very casually.
yeah, I tend not to talk about it. But yeah, going into skincare, body care has been a real transition. But as I said, Liha and I met at university, and we stayed in touch all through university. And we always wanted to do something like a business, never necessarily in skincare or body care. But after I retired from my sport, we discussed it. And she's a real skincare junkie. And she was really gung-ho about getting into the skincare game. She's more of a, I wasn't into skincare, but it was something I was like, why not? I didn't know what I was going to do after retiring, and it was something very different from where I came from, so I love a challenge, and I thought, why not?
A very diverse backgrounds, the two of you.
Yeah, so she came from an art publishing business. She co-founded that with her ex-husband, but she had started her career in skincare. She worked at Body Shop and Space & K. So it was something that she was more versed in, but it was something I was excited about because, as I said, it was so different from where I came from, and I wanted to get away from sport because I'd done it all my life. I was a full-time athlete from university all the way through to my early 30s, so yeah.
So the brand was started about 10 years ago?
Yeah, it started, we say 6 years officially, because that's when we got our first investment, and that's when we could pay ourselves. So we started in our kitchens, and we both invested £3,000 each, £6,000. And for me, it was a hobby. It was a side hustle, almost, until I could figure out what I wanted to do as a career, a real job, so to speak. We started, we did like a soft launch at a festival called Port Elliot Festival, and it was really, we only had 2 products. We had our cult product, which is our Edam oil, and our shea butter. And we wanted to get some feedback about our packaging, about our 2 products. And we just did this festival, and we did a workshop showing people how to make body care products using shea butter as a base and essential oils. So Liha's mum's an aromatherapist, an English aromatherapist. So we wanted to kind of merge our 2 cultures, being Nigerian. She's half Nigerian, my parents are Nigerian, I'm Nigerian, and being British. So bringing English aromatherapy, like tinctures and stuff, into like West African, Nigerian products, skincare products like shea butter and black soap, where like the Western market hadn't really caught on, and we wanted to introduce that and just merging that 2 culture, and like really talking about like the diversity and the culture of Nigeria and all the things that people don't really talk about, and we wanted to bring that to the forefront of our brand and educate people on that.
Absolutely. And you say that you started off as a bit of a side hustle, but what about Liha herself? Did she have this intention of it being this fully fledged business?
Yeah, she would always say, we come at it at 2 different perspectives, because we never really talked about it. I had never started a business, so I just thought it was just a bit of fun. So I just thought, I've got a degree in a master's in human rights and social change, and I wanted to be a human rights lawyer. So I thought I'm going to go back to university and do that. But then I thought I didn't do it. So I went into PT, and then I was doing some corporate social responsibility for Carphone Warehouse, and that was something I thought I was going to do. So I was just doing on the side, and it was just doing our kitchens. We were just making like products and going to like festivals and markets and doing workshops. And it was just something fun. I wanted to do something away from sports, so yeah. but she would definitely think the trajectory she was thinking about it was going to be a big business.
Okay. And leading on from that, let's delve a bit deeper then into the whole engagement story and strategy. So you started community-led workshops. Tell us a bit more about that. Where were the workshops? Which ones worked best?
Yeah, so we started, as I said, we started just wanting to, we didn't have any money for marketing, so we wanted to engage, go to where our customers were. So we started, as I said, at Port Elliot Festival, showing people how to make their own body care using shea butter and essential oils, and really educating people about aromatherapy and like the African skincare products that we were showcasing. And then at the workshop, Anthropology, they had a tent, like a few doors down, and the ladies from Anthropology will come to our workshops, and they were doing they had a massive tent, and they were doing all sorts of workshops. And the head of Anthropology Europe came to our workshop, and she loved it, and she was like, I want to stock your oil. And so she goes, I want you to do all your workshops in our stores. And so that kind of thought, okay, that's the way of engaging our retailers, getting some kind of experiential things in their stores. And so we started offering it to all our independent retailers as well. We got into Liberty, we did it there as well. And just really, I think it's just meeting those customers. If you don't have the Facebook budget or anything, especially when you're starting out, it's the way of getting those customers and meeting them where they are.
Absolutely. So with that being said then, what do you think is at the core of your business? Do you think has it started with the product, or is it about the education and the experience?
I think it's about both. I think our products need quite a bit of explanation, and so doing the workshops and popping up or whatever gives people that education piece, and also introducing to our products. I think people are so tired of being sold to. Mm-hmm. They want to understand the products, the ingredients, where it comes from, the sustainability aspect of it. Also, they want to see a face to a brand. So we really showcase ourselves in our brand, and and it gives you that stamp of approval, that authenticity that the bigger brands, don't necessarily have, because they're quite faceless. And that's how we've been able to grow without having to spend a lot of money on marketing. But our products are amazing, and they speak for themselves. But I think it's a bit of both, yeah.
And I remember when we met online a few weeks ago, we were talking about how you really have reached out to your customers outside of London.
Yeah.
I mean,
So yeah, we were very London-centric, and Liha, my business partner, she's from Cheltenham, so she just lives outside Bolton-on-the-Water, which is just outside Cheltenham. So we're very London, because I'm based in London, and Southeast as well. But we did actually do a festival last year in Manchester, and it was crazy. We totally sold out of our products, and we'd never really stepped out of the Southeast. And it just really reiterated to us that we needed to broaden the horizon and not be so London-centric. So we bought a bus, we bought a van, like a minivan thing, and we're going to kit it out so we can take our products and ourselves all around the country. So it becomes almost like a Liha on wheels. So we're going to have where we could do our workshop. We're talking about rest, sleep and rest workshops, and our body butter workshops, and just really speaking to our customers and really meeting them where they are, basically.
Perfect. Tough moments. I want to hear about any of the key tough moments, anything that you would change, I guess, over the last 6 to 10 years, anything that you feel is particularly prominent in your learning experience?
I think there's so much. I think we were quite naive, so neither of us had Leah she worked in stores and things, but we didn't have that kind of business background, and we didn't know anything about investment. We just used our own money, and we for a long time never paid ourselves, and we didn't professionalize it, I would say. And so we made a lot of mistakes. We didn't ask for help. We just thought we'd just get on with it. And I think going out and asking for help and going to events and speaking to people, doing accelerators, getting investment and getting that kind of mentors has really helped us. And I think we wouldn't have made so much mistakes if we had. I think those weren't some of our biggest moments. And one of the things also, just being at this conference and seeing everybody talking about e-commerce and things like that, we went straight to retail. So we got into Liberty, we got into Anthropology, and all these and lots of independent stores, and we never really thought about e-commerce or capturing the data and owning that data, all these things that we now know, and we've learned a lot from that. So now we're really kind of focusing on like D2C and really owning our customer base, and really, even though we went out to customers, we wouldn't capture anything. We were just, it was just a nice thing to do. But all these things we didn't know about. And so it's been a key learning for us, and really owning and speaking to those customers and owning the data. And I think that was one of our key learnings.
Do you think you've been able to build the communities mostly offline then, you're saying?
Mostly offline and online as well. So we've had, COVID was good for us. I know COVID was, a lot of.
In what way though? Like, how was it?
We sold out of our product. So we had, and one of the good things about starting from your kitchens, you could go back to your kitchen. So all our suppliers, our manufacturers, not all of them, but like our soap manufacturers started making hand sanitizers, and he wasn't answering our emails, and we didn't know that, and so we had to go back to scratch and go to our workshops and start making, and then but we were kind of sold out, and so supply chain was out of sorts, but. Yeah, it was just great. And so we got a lot of press from America. So one of our first piece we got was like Vogue, US Vogue in America, because they all thought we were an American brand for some strange reason. So we got Kylie Jenner talking about the brand. We had like so many people talking about the brand, and we had such a huge like publicity thing in America. I don't know why, but I think it was just something quite unique to black girls talking about like luxe skincare, and you don't really see that. We're positioned quite uniquely, and so it was great for us in that sense.
What's next then for Liha?
Yeah, so as I said, just really honing in on that D2C piece, really own our customers, taking the Liha on the road in the UK, and then really thinking and really looking to America. We have and expanding there, so we have half our traffic comes from the States, and really trying to, obviously, we're going to be really strategically just going to take one like city at a time, and really thinking about where we're going to be, and just really being really thoughtful about it. But yeah, really expanding through there. We've just got some investment, and that's going to help with the marketing, and bringing Liha to the States, and hopefully to the UAE.
Yes.
Because they love our oil, and so it's something we're definitely looking at.
And broadly speaking, beyond Liha, across other brands, do you think the community pop-up strategy space is here to stay?
I think so. I think the retail market, especially in the UK anyway, is just really hard. One of the things I don't necessarily want to expand into having our standalone. But one of the things I appreciate stuff, a brand like Glossier, where they popped up for like a year or somewhere, and then they moved around. I think that's something that we would like to replicate. I don't know, maybe 10 years we might have our own store, but I think it's just looking at where the customers are and popping up there, staying there for a while, and going elsewhere. I think retail is really hard in the UK, and I wouldn't want the overheads. Basically, but yeah.
But with the van, this is my last question.
Yeah, the van.
Is the van here to stay? Is that going to be your USP?
Hopefully, we're having to. It's a gorgeous, beautiful van which somebody had lovingly restored, and they travelled around Europe, I think, with it, and we hate to pull it apart, but we need to make it fit for purpose, and that's something that we just really want to do, and really just showcase Liha just not being UK, London-centric, and just going to the parts of the north, north where they're neglected. Nobody's really catering for them, and we want to do that.
Fantastic. Abby, it's been a real pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.